Yeah, I think that stuff's so stupid though. Like, I mean, you said like you can just tell who's smart and not. It's all so categorized because I mean, how many super intelligent people can't even do laundry or can't get to places on time or like other basic tasks that people do and know and try to do. Like, I don't know. It's
Well, it's
all
like street
so,
smarts versus book smarts.
yeah, a little bit. And I think it even goes more categorized than that. It's like, I don't know. It's just the intelligence thing or being smart or being dumb. It's like, it's so, well, are you smart about that stuff or are you not? You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the most intelligent. I mean, you take someone like Elon Musk. It's like, yeah, he's super intelligent, but he can't raise his kids. It's like his kid, one of his kids is like has been coming out about how he's not a good dad. It's like, well, that's a form of intelligence,
Sure,
you
sure.
know, and it looks like he maybe doesn't have that. So it's like, it's all so categorized that I always think that stuff's so stupid when it's like, yeah, I'm not that smart of a person or whatever. It's like, well, you're not smart in what other people are saying you should be smart in or should know.
I think a
That's such
part
a
of that is
dumb
also
thing.
skill,
Well,
like
yeah,
skills that you obtain.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Have you taken time to learn that stuff or know how to do that stuff or do you ever do that stuff? It's like, it doesn't mean you're smart or dumb. It's probably just you haven't taken the time to do that. You've taken the time to do other things.
Sure.
I just always think that stuff is so stupid. Like, I don't know. You're not dumb. You just don't know these things. And you know other things that what you consider a smart person is going to know. It's just such a stupid argument.
Do you have any insecurities like that? Not that mine are necessarily insecurities, but things like that.
You know, mine used to be the like, kind of like the classic male ones of like strong or athletic and capable and that sort of thing. And I think as I get older, it becomes more of like, I want to know what's going on. So when I don't know what's going on with stuff, that's maybe more of the insecurity or just like, oh, I can't really contribute to this conversation or these thoughts are like, I don't know anything about this stuff. So I don't know. I think in general, it's that like if I'm faced with like, oh, I don't know anything about this topic that people are talking about, or I haven't heard, you know, of these people and talking about these things, like I'm kind of like, maybe I should know that stuff. But I don't know. I think I've gotten pretty good at not compensating for that and trying to act like I know what they're talking about or what's going on, or I don't know. Like, yeah, I think it just, as I get older, I don't care about it as much.
Yeah. That's something too that it's just like, the things that I am interested in, am I continuing to educate myself and learn more about? Or do I even have the skills to learn? Do I have the skills to learn? It's like, I have the skills to learn.
Yeah.
I don't maybe know the information right off the bat, or a lot of it's not common sense to me. Or it's like when we were doing the personal training stuff, that information is going to come to you a lot easier than it might be for me. You are going to be able to pass the test. I didn't pass the test on the first time, but I know how to set up a system for me to succeed. And that can be replicated in any avenue.
Yeah.
That I think for the world that we have created and also the people that we surround ourselves with, it's like, that's fine. There's been times where I'm around different groups of people that are much more intelligent than the average people that we're around. I'm like, oh, I could not, like, I'm not around people like you. Like, this is a different level. And some of my skills would not measure up even in this scenario. Cause like, I don't know how to hold a conversation because I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't even know how to ask questions. I wouldn't know even what route. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe you're not my kind of person. Like, I can't talk to you, but
and I think
I'm sure you probably can't talk to a lot of people.
That's where it is. It's more about compatibility than it is they're smarter or whatever. Okay, they know this sector of life, but they can only talk about that stuff. They
Yeah.
can't have a conversation about the general things that most people can have conversations about. That's right. Again, it's like it's so categorized, and okay, sure, you know how, I don't know, you know quantum mechanics or whatever. I don't even know what the hell that is and what that means, but you can't have a conversation about
what most people are experiencing
Yeah.
in their life.
Yeah. So it's like that's just a different type of intelligence. And I think again, compatibility. It's like, okay, so you guys shouldn't be talking to each other.
Right.
If you can't find something to communicate about or enjoy a conversation over. And I don't know. I'd rather be able to kind of talk to anybody and have conversations than just like know a bunch of stuff and not be able to talk to people.
Or majority of people. It's like we were just back home for a family wedding. I bet majority of the people in that room I could have found a conversation with.
Yeah.
That's going to be the people I'm around.
Yeah, and that's who you should be around. That's who's you guys are gonna have the most enjoyment.
Yeah.
Versus like, I don't know, somebody that can't have a conversation because they only know about science, really sciencey stuff. Well, and again, like what we've had to learn doing this podcast too, and just like conversations with people in general about health and fitness. You can have all of the information, but if you don't know how to get it across in a digestible way, it doesn't matter how much you know.
Yep.
And that's where like we like certain podcasts and certain health ones, but then some of them they go over our head a lot of the time because like, well, it's not as, we've noticed that even just with us reading a little bit more, just the way people write is
Oh yeah.
what you can
Like-
like your style of, digesting information and reading and getting the story or getting whatever's being told versus something else where it's like I have to read this sentence 14 times because I still don't know what they're even saying.
Which, isn't that funny? Like, just because you know words, it's like you think about back in school when you would have levels. Like, you're in the B level, you're in the red level, you're in the green group of whatever reading. When I read those books, I'm like, oh, this is a level color up than what I can handle.
This is
Like,
classic blue level. I'm
I
not
gotta
there.
back it up. I'm not there yet. Like, yeah, I can read the words, but if every other word I don't know what it means, I'm not ready for this yet.
Well, and I think look at the most popular books or forms of entertainment and whatever. It's the stuff that majority of people can digest and majority of people can understand.
That is so spot on. Like, the information thing. Like, I guess maybe that is another, I don't know, a skill that, it's like if you were teaching kids, and a lot of parents talk about like, what would I care about more? I think you hear more nowadays that they would care more about just how are they as a person versus how good of grades they're getting and how intelligent they are and how like academically advanced they can be within the peers around them. But then you also see those kids like they are so awkward, they have no friends because they can't hold a conversation that's digestible enough to the people around them.
Well, I think people say that they want their kids to be that way, but they're not. Their actions aren't doing that. They're saying they want them to be a good person and to do this and do that, but
Well, sure.
what they're pushing them to do is to be the smartest third grader and be top of the class and be the most this and be the best of that. Like, okay, cool. You can have all the lip service of I just want them to be nice and hardworking, but really, what you're on their ass about all of their grades and being the smartest and, well, why is this person getting this and you're not getting this? And it's a bunch of lip service a lot of the time, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that's becoming more and more of a rule for me, and what I would like to pass on to kids is just the whole concept of you have to be flexible. Like, I think we are so stuck in this is who I am, this is what I bring to the table, you better like it or leave, versus no, just be agreeable and be easy to be around and be like, you don't need to I don't know. Like, I think we're not, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what are the words I'm looking for?
Well, I think there's a very big selfishness issue. We've promoted the dog eat dog world rather than the community and helping each other out. And I mean, the things you just said, being nice and being agreeable and being somebody who's pleasant to be around. I mean, we talk about it's all about who you know, which there's a ton of truth to that. So I think with that also comes, well, you know these people, do they like you? Because they're not going to give you these extra opportunities if you're not a likable person. And it's become this like, how do I get to the top and tear everybody else down? Well, the way to get there by tearing everybody else down, because everybody wants to get to where they're trying to go as quick as possible rather than doing it with integrity and doing it in a somewhat prideful way and like, I don't know, having something good to say. Like there's nothing, they say it's lonely at the top. Well, it's only lonely at the top because you're an asshole the whole fucking time. It's not lonely when you've built a great community and people like you and they think you deserve that position or that you deserve the credit and the opportunities and everything that comes with it. If you're just a dick the whole time, yeah, of course you're going to get there and then everybody else is going to try to come tear you down.